Thanks a lot, Gary. Married or single?
Married.
We know what you are. And if you're single, do you find that it works against you in the workplace? I've heard a lot of single folks in our office even say, well, I get called in more because I don't have kids or I don't have a spouse.
Yeah, the question is, do we make more allowances for people who are married thinking they have a life while single people don't? Interesting topic, huh? Yeah. And it is one that our own Sergeant Joe Friday tackled on the radio this past week. Sergeant Joe Arnold, the main overnight guy on WHAS radio, who is single, by the way, right, Joe? He joins us now from the newsroom with more. And, Joe, what are people talking about?
Well, Rachel and Barry, issues of work and family are frequent topics overnight. Unfortunately, the emphasis on those two words, work and family, sometimes comes, as you said, at the expense of single people like me. At work, with all these corporate initiatives geared toward working parents, like flex time and job sharing and sick child care, are non-parents shouldering the burden. And here's what some of my listeners had to say about that.
Yeah, single people or people without kids, they are discriminated against because they're expected to work overtime. And at Christmas, they say you don't have any children, you don't need to be off.
Well, I think sometimes, like, for instance, your child gets sick and you have to take them to a doctor. I mean, that's different than giving a single person, saying, no, I want to go play golf today.
It's kind of assumed that a single person doesn't really have any responsibilities, that all that they do have when they leave work is free time. But, when I come home, I don't have anyone, I don't have a meal sitting here ready for me. I have to fix it myself. I have my own responsibilities at home that I have to take care of. I don't have a husband or children doing that for me. So I think there's a lot of assumption that a single person has just total free time once they do leave the office.
It's all one big party.
Right, and it's not.
Well, don't get me wrong, guys. Good employers recognize that their employees have lives outside the office. It's important to remember that even if you don't have kids, your time is worth just as much as those who do. At least I think so. Rachel and Mary.
It is an interesting topic, but then, of course, you can work at places where they don't care if you have kids or not. You have no life anyway.
That's right.
You're expected to be at work all the time.
We wouldn't want to identify any of those places.
I should point out that this topic has nothing to do with anybody who works in the media field.
So. Oh, yeah. Exactly, right, exactly. Yeah. But it is an interesting topic, Joe. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Rachel.
We'll see you next Friday, Sergeant Joe. Thanks.
Okay.
Coming up, more on the Al Pacino movie being filmed right here in Louisville, and it is a hard day's night for one of the former Beatles.
Yeah, you could say George Harrison is asking for some help from the courts. This and more coming up as Good Morning Kentuckiana rolls on.
What's up, George?
When I was younger, so much younger than today.